What's up, pups? I hope you're doing absolutely amazing wherever you are inside this beautiful matrix. Welcome to St. Wolf's Crypto. I got a comment on one of my videos that was really cool. It's a question, and the answer, I think the answer just tells you everything you need to know about PulseChain. So stick around to the end. I think it's going to blow your mind. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get it. All right, this was on an early video I had called BFF Easy 100X on PulseChain, which it still is. And it is by a gentleman or a woman, we don't know. It says, breathe. It says, thanks, brother. What do you think about Atropa and pDAI? Do they have a reversal relationship to Pulse? Do you think Atropa, pDAI, BFF will dip and have big correction when PLS recover? What do I think about Atropa and pDAI? And do they have a reversal? That's a negative correlation, okay, to Pulse. Now, negative correlation is when different financial products move opposite to each other during the same financial condition, the same market conditions, okay? So a positive correlation would be they're moving together in the same market conditions, okay? So do I think Atropa, pDAI, and BFF will dip and have big correction when PLS recover? So the quick answer is yes and no, but mostly no. I think they will move in a positive correlation, but they may move in a negative correlation, but only temporarily. And let me show you why. I'm going to tell you two things about it. I'm going to show you the charts, and I'm going to show you liquidity maps, okay, really quick. But just as a hint, if you look at the beginning of all my videos, there's a banner that runs across the bottom. There's a big hint inside that banner. All right, let's go to the pulse chart first. No, let's go to the DEFI chart first. Okay, let's see. When DEFI first ripped, it was the 11th of August. This ripped on the 11th of August. Okay, BFF, well, it wasn't really around back then, okay? So let's look at DEFI and Atropa. So 11th of August. Okay, what happened on the 11th of August? On the 11th of August, Pulse started moving downward onto its support, which it, well, I'm giving it from started in July, okay? Which it's been holding for almost a year now, if you even count this way back in May. So it kind of went down and just consolidated, okay? And DEFI and Atropa did its first run, okay? You see that? Now this is against Pulse, so it moved dramatically. Pulse went down a little bit, just kind of mostly went sideways from that point, okay? Then both these products, Atropa and DEFI, did their first major drawdown into a consolidation. So the drawdown began on the 15th of September. When did Atropa's begin? Look at that, 15th of September. Pulse, what was that doing on the 15th of September? It was still just moving along sideways. So kind of in an upward trend. So they moved up after Pulse completed its first drawdown or crash, and then it started moving sideways while those rocketed up. Then Pulse kept going sideways while those came down. And these were both normal kind of pumps in crypto that you would see. So what did BFF do? When did it start its run? Let's see, the 6th of January. What was Pulse doing on the 6th of January? That's going to be around here. Oh, look at that. It was just about to go ballistic. Okay, look at that. It pumped. Yep, it started coming out of this low and started an upward. Okay, so we've got some positive correlation there with BFF. Let's go a little further with BFF. When did it start its big drawdown? Well, let's say here, the first peak, okay? So that was on January 26th. See what happened on January 26th? Is that January 26th? No, 19th. That's the 20th. It had already dumped. And this began to pump, but this had already started its dump. And generally began consolidating and also trending upward into this ascending wedge, or that's how I saw it. Some people were seeing that as something else. Okay, if you remember during this time, a lot of people were seeing different shapes.
Okay, so BFF. So we've got some correlation, but not rock solid. Okay. Now what happened here again? This was on the 6th. Let's see what DEFI and Atropa were doing on January 6th. They were starting to move up. Okay. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Yeah. So they hadn't like launched yet, but they were moving up. Okay. So there's more positive correlation I think we're seeing so far. We don't see any direct negative correlation yet. Okay. Let's go here to on Pulse. Pulse hit this big top. Everyone thought we were going to Valhalla. 0.0002 cents on the 7th of March. What did DEFI and Atropa do on the 7th of March? All right, let's see. 7th of March, it began a dumpy poo. But it was its second bull flag that ended up playing out, okay? What did this one do? Okay, same thing. It peaked. Yeah, made another little peak, but on the 7th was it's when it came out of that into that uptrend and started its bull flag. Okay. So we've got some nice positive correlation here, to be honest, with DEFI and Atropa. Now, what did BFF do on March 7th? Is that here? Yeah. It actually finished its rip up and then started down. So I would say that's correlated as well. Okay. It's within a day or two. That's enough reaction time to give positive correlation. Okay. So far we have a lot of positive correlation. Now, I mean, have we seen any negative correlation? So we've done this big dumpy poo. We've stopped dropping here on the 3rd. Let's see what it did on let's see what happened on the 3rd of May. Look at that. It hit its bottom as well. So really, breathe. We see a lot of positive correlation, actually, okay? And I'm assuming when you say reversal, you are talking about negative correlation, okay? So we actually see positive correlation mostly, okay? And let me show you now liquidity maps, and maybe that'll tell you a little bit more about the story, all right? This is the Atropa ecosystem, okay? This is from February 17th. This is a limited map. This is made by Steady Pup. He's a creator of Pulse Pup, really cool project. And so he's using this to show at the time what were some of the largest LPs, liquidity connection between the tokens. Okay. A lot of tokens aren't listed here. He mentions that. He's using this to represent the core structure of the Atropa. So Atropa is here. What connects to it? Well, Teddy Bear is over here, and you've got a lot of these 414 tokens around it. Now, these are the ones that some of these might be the ones that might have a negative correlation, okay, in order to create the structure for Atropa, all right? And pDAI is down here. Now, we don't see the levels of connection. This is pretty basic right now. Let's go over here to BFF. I think this one gives us a better insight, okay? Now, here's BFF, and look at this. You got big connection over here with Pulse. There's even larger ones with some other projects, which is really interesting, and a massive one over here with DEFI. And this one's 2-to-1 to Pulse connection to BFF. Now you come over here. It's a massive connection in No Nukes, another great meme. Look at this connection, V1 and V2 for I and C. All right. Now what's going on here? What's going on? I think that these may be the ones that have the positive correlation, all right? And some of these may be ones that are there to be a negative correlation with BFF and No Nukes. And as we saw the price chart, this was moving pretty well with Pulse and Atropa as well. Now, I want you to see this one. This is actually Pulse Pup, which is like an ETF on PulseChain, and the token made by Steady Pup moves up as PulseChain moves up, but moves up exponentially faster. So why is that? Well, look what it's paired with. Well, it's paired with Pulse, it's paired with pDAI, and it's paired with Atropa. And this is A1A. This is by Sunny. And it's interesting. Here's INC, PTGC. PTG is also designed to move up with PulseChain. So we see a lot of other products coming along to take advantage of this situation, and he's pairing it with these same things. So we think we've got some positive confirmation that a lot of people are seeing that these are all going to move together, or they're going to have positive correlation, okay? With the same market conditions, are going to move together. And you can see right now, we're consolidating. I think we may just go sideways for a little bit here. By the way, I've had these liquidity boxes here for months and months, okay? You see how long this one's been here. This one, I think I put it once we got up here is when I drew this one in, okay? So these are places that prices can go. And you can see we're consolidating. Looks like DEFI is consolidating, and looks like Atropa is also going to consolidate because it's had a massive run up, and so is DEFI, and so did Pulse. Okay, so BFF, what's it doing? Well, looks like it's consolidating. It's not really dumping. It's come down, come into this box. Once again, another area of liquidity I've had drawn for quite a long time. It's gone in, done its thing. Now it's consolidating. Okay. And this is all showing positive correlation. Now, why is this happening? Why isn't Atropa doing something different? Why isn't BFF doing something different? Why isn't DEFI doing something different? Because you've got to fundamentally understand that Atropa is not just a token on PulseChain. pDAI is not just a meme or a token on PulseChain. Okay? These are incredibly important and powerful structures of PulseChain. PulseChain is going to run on top of a mirror of our financial markets, and that is the Atropa ecosystem. Okay? That is the simplest way I know how to put it. And that's why you're seeing so many tokens and things that you're just like, what is all this stuff? Well, these are to help create those negative correlations and positive correlations, because you need volatility, and you also need movement of value. You need cash flow. You need money moving around like rivers and lakes, okay? Just like we have on Wall Street, or like we have in the broader crypto market, okay? And that's what Atropa is creating below PulseChain, okay? So, to answer the question, yeah, we see a lot of positive correlation. And I think what's happening right now is while Pulse is doing its thing, consolidating, shaking some people out, it's really giving time for Atropa to build and complete what it needs to build, which is most of its structure. Okay, I think it's going to be a long time in the works and building, but a lot of it is being built out right now. While we're just wondering, looking at everything from the perspective of crypto and tokens, it's building out this complete structural web underneath PulseChain. Okay, so right now you might see some deviances where you've got a little bit of negative correlation here and there, but in general, when it's ready and PulseChain revs, okay, Atropa and DEFI, BFF, are certainly going to move with positive correlation at enormous velocity to PulseChain. Okay, the size of Atropa, it's possible could match or possibly even be larger than PulseChain at some point. It's really hard to say. DEFI is similar. It's really hard to say right now. And that's why these projects like PulsePub, A1A, they're taking advantage of that situation. Okay, right now you haven't seen anything yet. They've barely moved. All right, when this really gets ready to go, all this is going to go. All right, it's going to be amazing. So, where are we at? Breath. Thanks for your question, man. It was really awesome. I hope this answered it. If you have extra questions, put them down below. If you have any comments, whatever you want. Otherwise, in the meantime, like this video. Take care. Watch more stuff about Atropa. You can check Nine Iron Capital, Sonny's Pub on Telegram. Go to there's a chat, I'll try to put some stuff down below for you guys. Also, a gentleman by the name of Coexistent Steven has some great videos, some great stuff out there. So learn about Atropa, pDAI. BFF is an awesome project, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.